Hello there. You hear about artificial intelligence, or AI, pretty much everywhere these days. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by it all, trust me, you are not alone. So today, we're just going to cut through all that noise. This is a simple guide to what AI really is and how it can actually be a useful tool for you. Let's get into it.
And it's a totally fair question, right? Every time some new technology comes along, there's this learning curve. And it's so easy to just wonder, is this even worth the effort? For a lot of us, especially if you're over 45, the thought of having to master another complicated digital thing can feel more like a chore than a benefit.
And that feeling, it's completely valid. You're not the only one. In fact, some research shows that 13% of adults 50 and over feel that new tech is just, well, not worth the hassle. That frustration is real, and it can stop us from trying out tools that could genuinely make life a little bit easier.
So, which one is it? Is AI a friend, or is it just another hassle? Well, in this explainer, we're going to skip the complicated stuff and focus on what really matters, the practical value.
Our whole purpose here today is to give you a bit of clarity. We're going to pull back the curtain on AI and show you how it can serve you on your own terms without all the headache. Think of this as a friendly introduction to a powerful new assistant. Okay, so let's start with the absolute basics and get rid of all that science fiction hype. What is the AI that we're actually using in our day-to-day lives? Honestly, the answer might just be a big relief. And here it is. This is the most important thing to know. The AI you see and hear about, it's not some all-knowing superbrain from the movies. It's what the experts call narrow AI. And all that means is that it's a tool designed to do one single thing really, really well, like unlocking your phone with your face or giving you driving directions. It's focused, it's limited, and no, it can't think for itself. So to really understand how it all fits together without getting lost in a bunch of technical terms, let's use a really simple analogy. I want you to picture a set of those Russian nesting dolls. This is going to help us see how all these confusing terms really just fit together. Okay, so the biggest doll on the outside, that's artificial intelligence. It's just the big overall idea. Now, you open that up, and the next doll inside is machine learning. That's the part that learns from information to spot patterns. And then you open that one, and you find the smallest doll, deep learning. That's just a more advanced version that can handle really complex things, like understanding what you're saying in a voice command. See, it's just layers of the same idea. So now that we have a better idea of what it is, let's look at where it is. Because this technology might sound abstract, but I promise you, it's something you're already very familiar with. It's kind of hiding in plain sight. And what's really amazing is just how common it is. A whopping 77% of the devices we use every single day already have AI technology built right in. It's usually so smooth, so seamless, we don't even realize it's there. I mean, think about it. When Netflix suggests a movie that you actually end up loving, that's AI. When your GPS app cleverly reroutes you around a sudden traffic jam, yep, that's AI processing real-time data. And when your smart doorbell tells you a package was just delivered, that's AI too. See, you're already an AI user. Okay, so if you're already using it, why don't we try using it intentionally? How can AI actively help you save a little time and maybe even enhance your independence? Let's take a common task, and one that can be pretty stressful, planning a big family reunion. You know, there are dozens of little details to manage, from the food to the invitations to the schedule. It is the perfect kind of job for a helpful AI assistant. So instead of staring at a blank page, you could ask an AI tool to draft a warm, friendly invitation email for you. You could ask it to find accessible event spaces in a specific town, and even give you a comparison chart. And you could have it whip up a detailed schedule for the whole weekend in just a few minutes. It basically handles the boring parts so you can focus on the fun parts. And this isn't just a nice idea, it has a real impact. This stat comes from the workplace, but the principle is exactly the same. On average, people who use AI save about 2.2 hours every week. I mean, just imagine what you could do with an extra 2 hours back in your week. Of course, with any powerful tool, it's super important that we know how to use it safely. So let's talk about the very valid concerns people have around privacy and security, and I'll give you some clear, simple advice so you can stay in control. And if you have those concerns, you are definitely in good company. A huge majority, we're talking 92% of adults aged 50 and over, they want to know if they're interacting with a real person or with an AI. And that desire for transparency, it's completely reasonable. It's how we build trust. So let's be direct. The risk is real. AI-powered scams are a serious threat. There's no doubt about it. But the way you protect yourself is simple, and it's timeless. If you get an unexpected call, a text, an email asking for money or personal info, even if it sounds exactly like someone you know, the best thing you can do is just stop. Hang up, and then call that person back yourself on a number you know is theirs. Always trust your gut. If something feels off, you have every right to just end the conversation.
And that's really the key takeaway here. You are always in the driver's seat. AI is just a tool, like a hammer or a GPS. It doesn't do anything by itself. It's just there to be used if and when you decide it could be helpful for you.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. After all this, what's one small, maybe tedious, task in your life that you could try to simplify with a little help from AI this week? Maybe it's just drafting an email, planning out your meals, or, hey, researching a new hobby.
Starting small is always the key. And if you're curious and you want to learn more practical tips and simple guides like this one, you can find more info over at RadoSimpleAI.com. Thanks so much for watching.